See if I'm live. Yes, I am.
Donna is live now. Easy like Sunday morning. Hey, beautiful. Not you.
Does anybody say anything? Good morning.
Me.
Good morning. If you can hear me, please say something to me.
And Nicole is watching. Ramon is watching.
Okay. Okay.
And it's yellow so she can
Okay, I can see him. All right, hey, I see you, Dana. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so happy that you're here. Delayed.
How long do you keep? How long do you do yours?
Don't worry. Okay, I see you this morning. Happy Mother's Day. Hey, Myra. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. I see you, Marquita, my child. How are you, my niecey? Listen, it's cold in Alabama, let me tell you. I would normally do a walk this morning, and I want to do that on a regular basis before we talk. But it's cold, y'all. It's like 30-some degrees in May. So we'll walk afterwards. Hey to my niece Cheney. I see you, Miss Tiffany and Victoria. Hey, Sonia. Listen, it's Mother's Day, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to wish a happy Mother's Day to all my friends and to all the new mothers, especially. We are surrogate parents to Alex and Leslie Carlisle, and today our Leslie celebrates her first Mother's Day with our amazing adopted grandbaby Anaya Bray, and we're so happy for her. My mom passed away in 2006, and I miss her dearly. But I think often of how she poured into my life and to so many other lives, and I'm just grateful for how she loved me. And those of you who knew my mom knew that she loved you too. And so, for those of you who are like me, whose moms have already passed away, I'm wishing you much love, and I hope that you are covered today by all the memories of the good memories that you had with your mom. And I hope that those good memories will help you to bless others, because literally sometimes when I'm talking to people, and those of you who are my age will know, you can look in the mirror now and you see your mama when you look, you hear your mama when you talk. And so the amazing things that she did for us, we can now share with other people, and I certainly hope that that is what you're doing. I'm wearing my Oakwood University mom shirt because I'm the mother of a proud Oakwood alumni, and so many of us have been impacted, of course, by the fact that COVID shut a whole bunch of stuff down. And last night, Oakwood University honored our graduates, and I would like to mention some of the graduates. My niece, Celine Sylvester, graduated last night from Oakwood University, and she's so dear. And our office volunteers, Candace and Maya, graduated. And last year we had the opportunity to teach some nursing students about lifestyle medicine, and I'm thrilled to honor them as they graduate and go on to serve other people. And I'd like to wish Jordan from Nashville a very bright future. Donna Harrison's niece, and we know who her mama is. Her mama's real proud, and we are proud of her being able to complete this, and also anyone else who graduated and the families who were involved. We live in Huntsville, and so if there are families who'll be coming in July, I believe it is, for the formal graduation, we look forward to seeing you then. COVID has changed our lives in so many different ways. I had an aunt who was diagnosed. My little niece cousin's father passed away. There are other people that we know. I have a former student who's a nurse and went to New York to work, and it's just changed our lives. And many of us who are health professionals are watching this thing, and it is unnerving to us because we're seeing it in real time. And we have history about other things that have impacted our country and our world, but to see this in real time is a little challenging because we know about pandemics and how they work. But what we are noticing with this one is it's kind of doing its own thing. And if we could relax and realize that this is what we will learn from and be able to teach others about in the future, I think it will be more helpful to us. Many of us are affected by it as far as our jobs and our income, those who have lost jobs and people who needed to get money and means to handle their stuff and food. It's been a challenge. And most recently, of course, we're seeing now that this pandemic has a mind of its own and it's hit the White House hard. And we're not going to see Dr. Fauci for a few weeks because he's decided to self-quarantine from all of that that's going on in the White House. And so we are wishing you well. And as we recover from this, I'm hoping that we'll learn some lessons from it and we'll be able to make better choices for ourselves as we go forward. As we come out of COVID, my husband and I own and operate Lifestyle Therapeutics Wellness Center here in Huntsville, Alabama, and we're going to begin seeing patients again tomorrow. So if you need physical therapy, that's something that you can call us for, 256-704-2352. We're going to limit the visits to 1 per hour so that you don't have to worry about being exposed to other people. And as I'm sure many of you are getting back into the routine, depending on where you live, I think Alabama is pretty much going live tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. It's important for you, of course, to do the social distancing, keep the masks on and all that, and make some other suggestions. One of the things that has I've learned during COVID is that I was just so tired. And people were asking me what I was doing during this time, and I could have sewn, I could have cooked a lot, I probably could have written another book. But what I decided to do was just sleep. And I slept, and I went outside and I got a bunch of sunlight, and I came back in and I slept some more. And I am coming out of COVID at a time when I'm reminded 24 years ago this month is when I started my journey with breast cancer. And when I had that diagnosis, it kind of shook me, and I had to pivot my life and make some other decisions. And so as I'm thinking about re-entering the work world and connecting with people, I'm trying to figure out what did I learn from COVID and how that impacts my choices. And COVID has taught me to really look at the way I'm living my life, because so many people went to the hospital and thought they were coming back and they didn't make it. Other people passed away at home. Others of us have lost loved ones. We've lost income. And so how can I benefit and pivot my life going forward? And so I thought about my own life with breast cancer. And when I got the diagnosis, I decided to make some choices and changes in my life. Many of you are familiar with that. I wrote about it in my first book, Something to Shout About. And it details all those things. And what I decided to do was make better choices overall. And so as we're coming out of COVID as an African American community, we literally are at the bottom when it comes to the impact of COVID on our lives. And we cannot change the hearts of racists and a racist system. It's who they are. And we are recovering from what happened to Ahmaud in February and how that became nationally known last week and the impact of it. We can work to fight those things, but we can't change the hearts of the people. So as long as we're changing laws, but hearts aren't changed, it's really not going to make the difference that we want it to. We can't change how they treat us in the hospitals and all that sort of stuff. And so while we're fighting for that, we can also make some decisions on our own. And one of the things that's really important for us going forward, because Corona ain't over, y'all. It's not over. And we're getting ready to see what we call in public health a second wave. And this second wave is going to impact more people because folk believe they have the right to be out. States want to bring the economy back. The president wants to do that. And so we're going to go back into society. And as we go, people who are carriers and don't know they are carriers are going to take it with them. People who have been exposed, perhaps. We had someone at our church who was exposed and had the disease and tested after she had no more symptoms, but she still tested positive. So there are those sorts of people. There are people with immune systems that are compromised. And what we need to do is build our own body's immune system. And so at our clinic, what we do is offer physical therapy and health and wellness coaching. And we have recently added a dietitian, a registered dietitian who can walk you through making all those amazing dietary changes, look at your lab work, talk with your physician if that needs to be. And because of COVID-19, we literally aren't going to be able to do as much as we wanted to. Once a month, we do what is called a First Thursdays, where we have people come in to our clinic and we do hands-on cooking classes with them, and we have some of the best fun times ever. And then every day, Garney, who works in our office, is the one who helps me cook plant-based foods for all of our patients. And so as I'm thinking about this, I miss y'all. I miss putting on those aprons and dancing around that kitchen. And during this COVID experience, the church that I attend, First Seventh-day Adventist Church, decided that they were going to do this prayer session every morning. And we talked about practical things as far as we could change our health. And so I literally was a part of that, and we talked about healthy living and making healthy choices. And then one of my sisters, Phyllis Looney Jones, asked if we would be able to do some cooking sessions. So we did a live session as a part of that. And so what I want to offer is easy like Sunday morning. For the next few weeks, instead of doing the first Thursdays that we normally do, what I'm going to do is have a live cooking session here on Facebook and Instagram. And I want you to be a part of it. There is fun in being able to cook with other people. And so what we're going to do every Sunday at 7, this is how we're going to do it. I'll be in my kitchen and I'll just be cooking something up. The way that you can participate in this, though, is I won't be posting, pictures of recipes and everything. We're going to use my newest ebook, which is called Still Cooking Up Good Health. And this is available on our website. And you need to purchase the book and download the book so that we can cook recipes out of here. One of the recipes that people have been asking me about consistently is angel biscuits. And so the first recipe that we're going to make next Sunday will be the angel biscuits. And that recipe is in the book, so make sure you get it. In addition to that, there's a lot of information on healthy living that I decided to include about the risks of health in our community. And I have a lot of amazing friends that I went to college with and have known professionally. And I include them in this book as resources for you on your journey to better health. And then we also have tips on healthy living. And what I want to do over these next few weeks, each week we're going to focus on one of those tips for healthy living, because we're trying to build our immune systems back up, y'all, so that we can be well and we can teach other people how to be well. And you can't do it if you're not feeling good. And so one of the reasons I slept a lot was because I realized how tired I was and that my immune system probably wasn't up like it needed to be. And I sat in the sun a lot. And I know that was getting me that vitamin D, which a lot of black folk are low in. but we can stand to sit outside in the sun for a longer period of time because of this amazing melanin that God has given us. And it helps to absorb it, and it helps to change a lot of things that are going on in our systems, and it helps us to have healthy immune systems. I like to look at the body's immune system as an alarm system on your house. And when you put an alarm system on your house, you are pretty much making sure that nothing can get in. If you don't take care to pay the bill so that the people will answer when something happens, and set the alarm when you go to bed at night or when you leave in the morning, then something can get inside the system. And so as a people, what we really need to do ourselves is set our alarm systems back so that we can have good health again. And we can be about our Father's business. And we can't do it if we are making poor choices. So what I want to assist you in doing, this is as if you were coming to my clinic and paying me $100 an hour. But instead, I'm offering this to you for the next few weeks because of COVID. And I want to walk through some of the things that we can do, as well as do some actual cooking in the kitchen. Once you download the book, it's on our website, lifestyletherapeutics.com. Go to the first page, slide to the bottom, and click on Shop for Better Health, and it'll take you to the page. There are two versions of it. One is a PDF version. The other is an iBook version. If you get the PDF version, I handle the orders, and I will send you the code to open that one. The iBook should open right away and download to your iBooks files. The advantage of this is in the book, of course, is health information, resources that you can use, restaurants, plant-based restaurants that you can go to. There are a month worth of meal plans in there, shopping lists, and there are links to cooking up good health videos on YouTube that you can just click on through the ebook and take you right to those pages. You've also got about 100 recipes in there or more, and I had added a bunch of pictures so that you can see the pictures to it. And so I know we're going to be doing the biscuits next Sunday. And if there's some recipe that you look through there and you see and you think, you know what, I'd like to try this, I will review that and see if we can make it available for everyone. Because we're headed into spring now, or summer, or whatever this is, access to all the ingredients may be a little more challenging. I know for me, it's been amazing to see all the flour and the yeast go off the shelf. That never happened. I was always able to get whatever I needed. And now when I get it, I'm buying 4 and 5 so that I have it here and I have it for the office. So if there are recipes that you're interested in, just go ahead and let me know what they are, and I'll see if they're a part of it. I have noticed that a lot of people, I see Leroy Barnes has joined us, are posting that they want to make healthier food choices, especially plant food. We're watching the meat industry get locked down. And many people are deciding, you know, maybe I want to eat a little differently. And so if that is your interest, this would be a good time to do it. I don't think we'll be on here more than 30 minutes. I'm going to try my best to have everything ready so that we are just talking and testifying and tasting as we go. And then, of course, if you are interested, once you've made whatever it is you're going to make and you want to take pictures, I'll be happy to post that on my social media and let folk know what we're doing. And then I think the beautiful thing about this is you can be a resource for better health in the communities where you live, because our folk need it. Right now, this world is shook. And the more we can do to protect our bodies from getting the disease or enabling it to bounce back more quickly from the disease, I think is an advantage. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1996, I was given 2 to 5 years to live. And starting this month, literally, is when I went to the doctor. And then I had surgery in June and found out in July and had another surgery that July. And I'll be heading into year 25 in July. And I started to think, what in the world is God doing? Because this ain't what I was expecting. And as I walked through it, I saw that God was giving me a chance to recalibrate my life and make better choices and then reach people differently. So those of us who have lost loved ones during COVID understand now what death is like we didn't before. One of my favorite students, Antoine Knight, lost his mother, his aunt, and his uncle during this COVID experience. And it's happening suddenly, and you're not able to touch the people that you love, and you can't bury them the way that you want to. And this is changing so many things for us. And the absence of touch is just, it's weighing on us really, really bad. And so as I'm walking through this journey, I'm like, Lord, I don't want to die. So if you can save me, please save me. And it was his plan to use this for his glory. And I've been thankful to him for the opportunities that have come my way. In the meantime, my mother and brother and father were all stricken with disease. And literally, we were praying the same prayer, please, Lord, don't let them die. But they passed away. And that was something that I had to deal with. And I think that as well as it appeared for me, I've been dealing with that for as long as they've been gone. And it never goes away. You just figure out a way to handle it. And so over the course of these 25 years, I've learned about the grace of God and how he can apply it to your life. And living is one of those things, but dying is also one of those things. Because the focus is not just on being alive here on earth, but being alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to the resurrection where I'll see my family again and hug my mom again and so many other people who have gone asleep. But while I'm still here and while you're still here, I want you to have the physical, mental, emotional, and social ability to do the best that you can for whatever God has left you here for. And so we'll talk about some details of this as we move forward. If this is something that you want to do, go to our website, lifestyletherapeutics.com. Go to the bottom of the page, click on Shop for Better Health. Buy your ebook, Still Cooking Up Good Health. Start looking through it. Get all your ingredients that you need for the angel biscuits that we will make next Sunday morning. Tell your friends and your neighbors and your loved ones. And because we're doing this on social media, you can just send them the link and they can join us to participate in it. And then if you have any questions about anything, hit me up with the questions and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. I believe that I shared this as easy like Sunday morning. My husband's looking at me like, what are you talking about? And we know the song by Lionel Richie. But when I think about Sunday morning, I think about waking up quietly. Where we live, I can listen to the birds first thing in the morning. My husband is still alive and next to me, so I can snuggle next to him. I can get up and get a warm cup of something and go sit out on the patio. Or I can get on my phone and talk to some of my best friends, Regina Barnes and Joanne Dixon Smith and Jacqueline Sylvester. And I can call my aunties and I can just ease into the week. And as I thought about that, I thought about Jesus. And when Jesus was on earth and he was crucified and died for our sins, we know that he was crucified and died on Friday. On Sabbath, he rested. And then on Sunday morning, easy, he got up and he folded those grave clothes and he walked out and Mary got to see him and then he ascended to heaven and then came back and he talked to his disciples and loved ones. And I thought, isn't that a beautiful picture as to how we can use Sunday morning as a way to just ease into the week and be victorious about the things that are going forward. And then I thought, if we learn nothing during COVID except for that, is to recalibrate our lives and make some decisions, not just about how we're eating necessarily or exercising, but when I wake up on Sunday morning and I'm getting ready for the week, am I spending time with God? Am I listening to hear what God wants me to do this week? Am I outside in nature, taking it in my senses, all the amazing things that God wants to tell me, so that I can be easy like Sunday morning. And then when I get in my car Monday to go to my job, I'm able to go with the full sense of what God wants me to do. Because none of us expect to be home from my job from 4 to 6 weeks. My son actually got off earlier than a lot of us did for the first 2 weeks, and then he has stayed off for an additional almost 8 weeks. And he called me the other day. He was like, Mom, I'm struggling at home now, trying to do this work for my job. I'm having trouble concentrating. And I'm like, babe, you're going to be okay. All of us are experiencing a lot of emotions about not being able to be out and do, and it's impacting us. And so what I suggested to him was to pray and to talk to God about it and to focus on what he needed to do and to take breaks. My friend, Dr. James McKnight, is a psychiatrist, and he did a presentation online last week talking about some of these same things, taking wellness breaks and exercise and drinking water and all that sort of stuff, and being able to pivot and recalibrate so that you can move forward. And so let's do this easy like Sunday morning. Each week together, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. And then one of the texts that has been such an amazing inspiration to me, of course, is Jeremiah. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, and all are familiar with that. But with the challenges that God has allowed in my life, I kept asking him, are you sure you have the right person? This, maybe it's another Donna Green Goodman somewhere that you meant for this to happen to. Because God, I have talked to you about so many things and wanted to do so many things and have asked you to do so many things and remove some stuff. And I found this passage in Luke 1:45 in the story of Mary when she goes to see her auntie who is pregnant with John the Baptist. And both of these women were at extremes in their lives. One was a virgin, so she shouldn't have been having a baby. The other woman was way past menopause, so she shouldn't have been having a baby either. But when God moved down in their lives with the plan that he had for them, and that's the thing, God didn't necessarily plan this COVID break that we're all taking, but he allowed it. And since he's allowed it, how are we going to come out of it? The text says, blessed is she that believed, for there shall be a performance or fulfillment of those things which are told her from the Lord. And I have been standing on that text ever since I read it. And what I want to end with today is that we're all leaving COVID differently than when we came in. But as we leave it, if you're talking to God, I want you to ask him to do whatever it is you need him to do. And then I want you to pull out the word of God and stand on the promises that he has given you and say them back to him. Lord, you said you were gonna. Lord, you said I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. Lord, you said you would put our children and the father's hearts back together. Lord, you said that we would be the head, not the tail. Lord, you said, and stand on it and believe, like those women in the story in Luke chapter 1, that whatever you believe that God has promised, he will do. And it may not come the way that you are intending, but that doesn't matter as long as he does it. We're watching, just like you, our lives change in front of us because we are self-employed and we don't know what we're going to do because we couldn't see our patients and earn our income. And we had a situation here at our home that was supposed to be fixed, and it kept taking forever and ever and ever. And then when they started fixing it, it took forever more. And then there was some more work that they were supposed to do, and it was taking forever because of COVID and the impact that it's had on everything. And finally, the person who was doing the work said, listen, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to settle for X amount of dollars, and we won't worry about the other part. And my husband and I looked at each other and we're like, okay, God, you just dropped some money in our hands that we were not expecting. And the delay that we were all a little disturbed about turned out to be for our good. And so as you stand on the promises that he'll provide for you with exceeding abundance above all that you could ask or think, try not to control how you think he's supposed to do it. Let him be God. And as we enter into this new world living with COVID, be certain that he is watching us and protecting us and caring for us, and he knows the plans that he has for us, and everything that he said he would do, he's going to do. I'm Donna Green Goodman. I'm a daughter, a sister, a wife, a mother, a friend, a health educator, a breast cancer survivor, a plant-based vegan cook who lives on 5 acres with her husband in rural Alabama. And I have survived breast cancer. We are about to enter year 25. I'm so thankful that God is real and that He moves in our lives. And I'm inviting you on a journey with me over the next few weeks. We're going to make it easy like Sunday morning. We're going to be cooking up good health. We're going to be talking and tasting and testifying. And then we're going to be telling other folk about what God is doing in our lives. And I hope that you will decide to join us. I'll be looking for your orders and be sending you some information. And I'll keep posting on social media. And if you didn't wake up in time to watch this broadcast, I'm sure it'll be available for you to replay and for you to share with other people. And I hope that as we share and interact, we will experience the joy of the Lord, which will be our strength, and have the power that we need to move through the tough days that are ahead. And I thank you for joining me, and I'll be praying that you will have an amazing week, and I look forward to us being together next week. I want to scroll through these questions right quick to see if anyone has asked me anything that I need to answer. Happy Mother's Day again to everyone. And be sure to love on your children. Sometimes all mothers want for Mother's Day is a hug and kiss from our children and let the daddy take care of them. Yes, self-care, very important. No more questions. All right. Yes, we're going to talk, taste, and testify, Crystal. You know about that. Yes, you do, girl. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Have a great, amazing day and a better week. I look forward to your orders. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Please don't hit me up on Messenger. I think I'm going to delete that from my phone because I'm sick of all of that stuff that comes there. You can find me, however, on Instagram at Still Shoutin, STILLSHOUTIN. I'm on Facebook, Donna Green Goodman. You can go to our other page, which is Lifestyle Therapeutics. You can always go to our website, Lifestyle Therapeutics, and that's spelled THERAPEUTIX.com to find us. And you can always email me, ltxclinic@gmail.com. One more thing, and then I'm done. We are hoping that some of my friends will be willing to join us on this journey. There's a video that I posted on my website that literally is a number of physicians of color who believe that how we eat will really radically change the way that COVID is impacting our community. And I'm hoping that maybe one of them, Dr. Milton Mills, maybe Chidi Nguaba, Columbus Baptiste, Faith Felder from Florida would be willing to join us on one of these mornings so that you can hear directly from them as physicians some amazing things that are going on. Okay, that's it. That's all. Love you. Have a great day. Bye.